Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity, as I continue with my blind Let's Play. This time, like I said, I am going to go check out this side quest and see about rescuing that wizard, if I believe it. That's what that was. But first,
I'm ready.
let's talk to Pelagina.
Need something?
Yes, I'd like to know your opinion on something. She nods her feather head sharply and asks, and says, "Ask, and you will know." You spent a lot of time in the Deerwood. What do you make of it? It's not the Republic's, but the Deerwood is one of our closest allies. We trade more with the Deerwood than any other nation, and we have no greater ally in supporting animancy research. Still, I do not understand the Devotian obsession with revenge and feuds, nor the widespread hatred of Orlans. The Orlans from Aragornfoth fight for their homes and their culture, as anyone would. They fight dirty, but I would too if all my enemies were twice my size. What do you think of Rautai? They've done impressive things with cannon and artillery, and some of their ship designs are interesting, but they shout too loudly over minor accomplishments. No one seriously questions that the Republics control all sea lanes in the Eastern Reach. Do the Republics view the Dare Empire as a threat? We used to view the Empire as a threat. Since the revolution in the Deerwood, the Republics have benefited from the shield that the Deerwood provides. It's another reason why I fear the fall of Defiance Bay. If the Deerwood is weak, a Dare will surely test the Republic's dominance in the Eastern Reach. So how do you think things are going? I'm glad you know how much can be gained from diplomacy. In the Brotherhood, we are trained to keep our physical strength in reserve, and use our wits and words to navigate our way through most conflicts. She raises a feathered finger to emphasize her point. There will always be a time for war, but I'm glad to see you have the restraint not to succumb to the desire every time the opportunity arises. Well, I try to, Pelagina, and sometimes it just cannot be helped, so... Alright, that's, I guess that's it for right now.
Of course.
Oop. Let's, grab everybody. Oh my goodness. We have not had Durance in the party since level 5. You know what?
Farewell.
Let's get him in the party. And we're not going to go there yet. Let's go back to Yenward Field just really fast. Because I'm going to talk to Durance, and then we're going to get Sagani back. Or at least try to talk to Durance in this field of, you know, dead men. Alright. Let's quickly level him up. That's fine. Let's boost your survival just a little bit more. Okay. Increase that. I know I'm blazing through this, but I really don't see I'm gonna use him a whole lot in terms of combat, so that's why I'm kind of just going through this really fast. Oops, hang on. And that might be a mistake, but we'll see. Alright, Durance. Does something ail you? I had some questions.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Please, tell me about Mogren. Keep telling me and I might extend the tithe bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Well, we can't rest.
Yes?
Well, we're gonna fix that. Hang on. Let's go back to Cadnua. Let's see. I think there are a couple shops there. There's got to be some place right there that we can buy some camps and just kind of camp out in the woods. Because it looks like that's what. Excuse me. Whoops. Like that's what it wants us to do. That's a chapel. You know, let's check out the curio shop.
How do you do?
It's good to see you, my lord. I have all manner of odds and ends here, acquired from every corner of the Deerwood. Spider venom, scolder ears, anything you might wish. Let's see what you got. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, but I could not clear my throat, apparently. And apparently they do not have any camps here, so let's go to the next spot. I might have to go back to Defiance Bay for it. I'm almost tempted just to travel there right now, you know, and not worry about checking these other spots.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Kana. We've been through this. Artificers, craft, wardens. I keep forgetting also about the wardens, the bounties, you know, and whatnot, but alas.
Well met, friend.
Okay. Nope. Still nothing. Okay. Well, time to go back to the city then. Or at least someplace to, you know, get some camps, you know?
Better indeed.
You know what, let's go this way. It's closer. That's fine. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go back to the Copper Lane. I keep saying land.
How is it you Eothasians stay so optimistic? The world has not given your kind much reason to hope.
You get to a certain point and you realize you got two options. You can go mad with grief and tear out all your hair and check yourself into the sanitarium, or you can wait for better days.
Well, feathers in my case. But I understand your point. I'm ready.
Indeed.
Alright, let's see. Local lad is reported missing. To those information as location of Durance should go to Andre's gift. I think that's what it said. Alright, let's see. Do you have any camps? Yeah, some rings. I might have to grab some of those rings to... Okay, no camping supplies. Where's those rings? There we go. Ring of protection. Oh my goodness. And it's... How much do we have? 14? And it's... Yeah, let's grab one. Let's go ahead and grab one. Pelagina. I forgot, you already have rings equipped. Does everybody have a ring? No, Durance doesn't, but he's not going to be... So, let's see. What do you have? No, let's switch that one out. There you go.
I'm here.
Excuse me, goodness.
Good day, stranger.
Good day. How about Trevor? You interested in purchasing any rations? Yes, you have camping supplies. There we go. And you know what? Let's sell this. Get some money back. Okay. Now, let us leave the city, go back to the fields, and make camp, and see if Durance, you know, says anything. Otherwise, I'm going to switch him back to with Sagani, and then go off to battle. And see how hard those fights are. And I think what I'll do is, depending on what happens there, I'm going to go back to the White March, not go back to the fort. I really don't think I'm going to you know, complete that. But, you know, go check out those other side areas just to see. Okay, Durance still hasn't said anything.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
I want to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. Okay, here we go. Finally. Do you know anything about the Deerwood and the surrounding nations? Deerwood's the best of them, still has spirit. If a land can have one, it's a place where a man can walk freely, even make new roads, and that's a rare thing in this world. Its generations, however, are damned, so no new footfalls may spell an end to it. Do you mean the Hollowborn? Yes, whatever twist Rodica has done to generations. And to think, I thought it involved men and women, not their gods, and to use children as a lever against a stubborn door for the sake of politics. As if the gods should be above that, more fool I. He scoffs. I assumed the problem was a thing born of women and men, nations, driven by them always circling, within and without. The Valiant Republics. Ratzeris, the Saints' War, one big bladed spiral, shredding everything around it. So how do you feel about the Valiant Republics as I look towards Palagina? Fortune seekers garbed in robes of office, manipulators, traitors, and traitors. All. So I guess being... Okay, so Old Valia... I guess I misunderstood the distinction, I guess. Being from Old Valia, it's technically now also part of the Republics, or... I don't know, just this... we'll see. So I'm going to just say I'm from the Republic. Is that a problem? Couldn't stand to remain? Don't blame you. You look more humble than most. Any country so obsessed with style might as well be wearing scarves over their eyes. You think the Republics mean the Deerwood harm? The Deerwood had best be vigilant, or they'll turn themselves into slaves as soon as ink dries on the trade treaty. The Deerwood and all the internal witches is too tempting. Especially if someone else tames the country and the face painters for them. Face painters? He waves his hands dismissively. Tribes, Gonfothans, cluster around the ruins like fires. What about the Ratzeris? Too many adjectives to that so-called nation. Civil unrest, economic collapse, all tinder, just needing the right spark. Some farmer shows up, takes a god into himself, and then takes a crown on his head. This divine kingdom he tries to set up goes about as well as you expect. Suddenly the population of heretics goes up by about half and again, and Aothis starts turning his blood-stained gaze to every blasphemer he could find. Cleaning house is one way to put it. Purge is another. Put them and their god in their place, though. With enough force to kill that damn country too. So, not a supporter of the country of Ratzeris. Aloth passes a casually muttering under his breath. Surely you know where this is going by now. It's not a country, it's a gathering of cowards, of their puppets. They used to be an optimistic bunch, a bright bunch, he laughs. Was their undoing. Should have embraced their misery without letting a farmer lead them to a brighter ruin. Almost Aothis puppets too. Put an end to that. They dangled on his strings, Widewin dangled on theirs. They would never have had any success on the battlefield had not their gods come down, the Saints' War. Needing to call on their gods to have a chance. So tell me about the Saints' War. His eyes draw together in a frown. Keep forgetting your feet are new to Deerwood. The Saints' War.
It wasn't a war. It was a god stepping past himself. The country of Raed Saris and all their heathens. They're paying for it now. Although by my count, the fire should have roared through their country with more force, catching all their souls. Truth, it wasn't even a war. It was a cautionary tale about pride. Specifically, Widewind's pride. He should have stayed a farmer.
So what happened? Was what, 15, 16 years ago? 2807. My memories are back with a younger me. I don't hold on to dates. I hold on to actions and causes. The war was an act of arrogance born straight from Raid Saris' twitching legs, a man thinking himself more than a man. Want to kill someone? Tell him a god speaks through him. Then tell him he means him to lead, which puts him at the front of an army. And then the army was as strong as you expect for Raid Saris, as sick as that country was to begin with. Yet a war was likely just what they needed. What was wrong with the country? Raid Saris has its share of troubles. It deserves all of them. It deserved Widewind. He was the light that led them to the flame. Raid Saris was in decline, a dire poison already eating at its veins, economic bleeding, the dying of their faith, and Widewind, this farmer, claim to take up Erithus in the flesh, and gives them the worst kind of hope. So what happened then? They crown him. They make him king, the worst kind of blasphemy. And once he wears the crown on his head and the gods in his flesh, why, he starts making changes, divine changes. Then he decides he's going to change us, save us. How? He marches on Deerwood to free us from our beliefs, like he freed the other souls in Raid Saris. Cold Morn offers up its belly with no resistance, and it's spared. The bloodshed starts when he sacks Mercy Vale. A touch of irony that puts it to the flame. What did Aethys do next? Aethys keeps marching. Deerwood takes to the trees, cutting at its flanks, his scouts, his troops. It seemed near hopeless. Until Hallgott's citadel, the Godhammer. There, we put him into the flame. Burned the god out of him, if there ever was one to begin with. Dozen brave men and women take to the bridge, make a stand. Then we torched him there with the fire of the Godhammer. I want to ask him about the region and its history. Let's ask about something else.
I suspect the answers will seed more questions.
So, about Mogren? Oh, you know her. You must. She's a many-headed bitch. And forgive me, everybody, I do not normally cuss. That's just what's on the page. So what's your view on Mogren?
She's a goddess, as fickle as they come. And with all the failings you'd expect of an empress and a whore. Too many eyes, too many wants, too much to hold on to. That's the failing of a god. More aspects than words to describe her, like most of them. A god with many nations to oversee, only serves to spread herself too thin.
Although flame rarely crosses twice, so perhaps that is the only truth she embraces. Who knows? Gods get greedy. When it comes to fire, fire is a god's hunger. So what are her aspects? And just a side note, before I continue, I know I've said this before, but I wish more of this was voice acted, because they do a way better job than I do. I know I'm just kind of reading it straight. So, as Durance continues, war transforms, fire consumes, trials purify. Warfare, fire, consuming, purification, and most of all, transformation. Or transforming. Trials as well, but all things are put to test anyway. A trial can consume, purify, transform. They are all linked, although at its heart it is the flame, and the flame is what matters. It is the source of all things. Guess they should have started with that, eh? Any fool around a campfire knows that. Without flames, fire, you would have a mad little progress in the dark. To hear some of the inner fires tell it around the hearth and bellows, even the halls of Ashfall, you think that fire brought life to man. And the fire was Mogren. Some of the older texts say she rubbed her hands together and they burst into flame. Or another god shafted her like a poker. There are different perspectives on her. Out of character, or, you know, give it out of that dialogue, I personally think, yes, of course, there would be other perspectives, but let's ask this question anyways. Mine is only one side among many, but here's one. I can speak to how the losing side sees her, and that should tell you enough. Let me speak to what the Durance sees. What do they see? The Durance have a proper, polite translation for excellence in war, tactical discipline. That's why they lost the colony, of course. They were properly still quoting that while they had them been across the decks. All their guns and cannons are fine, but useless when the staff is crackling light into their skulls, dispensing red gifts left and right. Adarans call that elevation, divine awareness. Those words are welcome, or as welcome as crap on one's boots. And that's all they took back with them, while they were still running. A lesson learned, and at the wrong time. I almost feel a pang of sympathy for them. Almost. So, what do you mean about the lessons? The title of a god isn't knowing a god, adhering to words rather than walking the path, resting yourself in the heart of it. Walk until the words are stripped away, and you feel it, burning in your heart. That is the lesson. That, Adaran politeness, that pretty adherence to the word of Scripture as they saw it. That burned their ships, scarred them, kept them running throughout the Darwodian campaign. Divine awareness? There's no true faith in waiting to be tested. The best in battle have already, craft themselves plenty. Craft themselves into the dry and can focus on killing. I know, I switched the words because, like I said, I normally don't cuss, so there you have it. So yeah, enough about Malgren. I have other questions.
I suspect the answers will seed more questions.
Actually, that looks like that's about it. Let's keep going.
I'm here.
And for some reason I thought some music would have been playing, but I guess not, given that area. I probably should have picked a better area, but what have you. So yeah, let's go back to the keep. Let's get Sagani back in the party.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Kana, thank you so much. I love how every time we come back here, the keep's coming along nicely.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Thank you, Durance. Alright. Actually, before we head out,
Yes.
let us save. Really fast. Just so we don't have to do that all over again. So I guess now, given that dialogue option that I was telling Durance, yeah, I would be from Old Valia, but I guess I also lived in the republics at a time, you know? We'll go with that.
Stop there.
Oh.
Where do you think you're going? This area is under the control of the Torn Bannermen. Anyone else wanders in, they're not leaving again.
What's going on here?
For starters, I've got orders to put a sword through your gut if you don't turn around and run back home.
You do realize you're speaking to the Lady of Cadnua.
Wait, Cadnua. You mean you're the one everyone's talking about? Saving orphans, fighting off bandits, all that?
I'm tempted to do that. Actually, I think I will try. Maybe you should take this up with the Crucible Knights.
Look, hang on a second. Let's not get too...
Enough! The commander said no exceptions.
Oh, dang it.
I'm not ending up on a pike because this dog has you pissing your trousers.
Sorry, milady. I'm sure the commander will take good care of Cadnua.
Really, guys? Okay, guys. I'm gonna wait for them. There you go. Oh wow, I think he just got healed. It looks like he did. Everybody turn and take care of her. Oh, that was Idelmark. Okay. Come on, guys. There we go.
Doing the job.
There we go. Grab all that.
Indeed.
Drunken Orlin.
I can.
Oh. See, I think that's what I was trying to think of last time. Not a halfling, but an Orlin in this setting. Oh boy. Oh wow, Alok just ate it. Oh my goodness. They are hitting pretty hard. Goodness. Come on, come on, come on, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow, we are just weird. Well, okay. It's a good thing I saved. It's a really good thing I saved. That. Hey God, you know what? I know I'm gonna disengage. That's not a good thing. If I can get out. Come on. Never mind. I was gonna go take a look around. Woo! That was something. Apparently we've spent 5 months, 4 days, and 11 hours in this game. Well, I thought I was going to complete that side quest. That's pretty rough. And maybe it's just how I have my setup, kind of like the, you know, with the White March.
Better indeed.
I don't know, with Pallegina now in the party,
I'm ready.
and because she now has Lay on Hands, which I know I didn't use it in the last fight, and then this. Oh wait, that's not it. Reviving Exhortation. Unconscious ally to get back up. Yes, that's those two things. If I can keep her alive, I think might help with the White March. Ooh. I know we need to go complete our side quest. Let us. You know what? Oh wait, we can just go there? Okay. Interesting. Let's check out Whitestone Harlow. I know I'm just kind of veering off on this now, but let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, yep, we haven't been here.
Indeed.
And let's oh, hang on. Let's send an escort. Let's send Zawa. Oh, wow. Okay. Don't know the significance of that, but... So that's the exit. Yeah, these enemies are not that bad anymore. given our levels and everything. Also, I find it hilarious that, you know, me being from Old Valia, Pelagina's from the Valian Republics, that we both are kind of have the same setup. Of course, I'm just a normal fighter and she's a paladin, but, you know, we're both wearing heavy armor.
Yes?
Two-handing a weapon, you know? I just love the similarities of that. Okay, there's a cave. Let's, just look around here. What does this say? Whitestone Lake. There's a bridge. Let's go across it. Oop, what is this? Frost ooze. And a lot of other things. Alright, Aloth, you know what to do. Target right there. And then do it again. If you can. There we go.
That's not very helpful.
Ooh, wrong building. There we go. This crude arrangement of antlers, bones, and sticks exudes a strong fishy odor.
Of course.
And a scroll, okay. And then the barrel has jerky. Looks like some kind of house over here. Does this go anywhere? Nope, okay. I didn't think so. Just wanted to make sure. Before we go inside, yeah, let's see what this is about. It's bad days coming, I'm telling you. Blazes, here's another one. Haven't you done enough? What are you talking about? The second villager elbows the first, hard. Ow! What I mean is, we think something's bad's happened. We noticed some of Hades' goats and wandering loose. When we came up here, we saw some suspicious people leaving Hades' house. Looks like they torched the barn. I'll go take a look. Good woman. Hope we're wrong about all this.
Hmm?
Okay, let's go check it out. Well, it looks like she has died. Let's... Oh, hang on. Everybody form up there. Or, I'm sorry, not she. He has died. The dead man's sprawled position gives you a clear view of the sword wound in his back. The smeared, drying blood around him has not yet faded to brown. You hear a groan, low and pained, and turn your head to see. There's a dull pain in your skull, and your vision swims. A harsh grip of your arm bears you upright on your knees. We don't have anything worth stealing. Eloina's voice cuts through your sluggish thoughts. You look up at the armored man seated at the table, your stomach knotting up with dread. No, you don't. He reaches almost idly for the ledger. You notice before he does the way that Eloina tenses up. But you're not sure why until he opens the book and the letter falls out. Family? The man smiles as he picks up the letter. No! She tries to run forward, only to get caught by one arm by the man behind her. Looks like Eska's doing well at the mill. Sweet of him to write. Deerford's a long way from here. Enough, Seviston. Oh my goodness, Keviston. Alright. He tosses the letter on the table. Kill him. You barely have time to register the words. The sword through your back drives the air from your lungs and the strength from your limbs all at once. Eloina's scream seems so faint. You have to get to her. You have to warn Eska somehow. But your legs won't listen. You can't breathe. Your memory slips you like a shucked coat, and the pain in your back fades just as quickly. So, okay. Hang on. It's the wrong thing. Is it a task, probably? Yes, I think so. At the mill in Deerford Village. Well, let's see what anybody has to say outside first. We also got that cave we haven't explored. I think I'll go to the cave first before doing anything else. Yes. What do you want? So, Hattie's dead. Knew it had to be bad. Thanks for letting us know, stranger. No problem. Oops, wrong button. Alright, let's go back to that, and check out that cave. Alright, let's slow it down, because there's a lot of blood. It's very small. Alrighty. That's weird, I don't see anything. Fine dagger. There's nothing else in this cave, what the heck? Interesting. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna leave the cave. Not gonna worry about it for right now. All right, let's go up here. Let's go and find Eska. Let's see about completing this quest. So, to the village of Different Crossing. Oh wait, not Different Crossing. I went to the wrong spot. The actual village. Hang on. Okay, so to where's it at? There it is. Okay, to the mill. Okay. So he says, put the blade down, boy. You scarcely know how to hold it. Hey, help me, please! They're insane! One of the paladins takes a step to the side, swiveling to face you and Eska both. He sizes you up with a lazy sweep of his eyes. Well, who's this? Ah, the foreigner. You have to wait your turn. We have a contract to wrap up. I saw some of your handiwork back in Whitestone Hollow. You hear Eska gasp. Seveston glances at him, a quiet smile forming on his face. Nasty piece of business, that. That's what the client wants. Eska here can tell you. Kith up in Starward love their petty feuds, forever at each other's throats. Add a little Durgan steel into the mix, and you have a great many jealous neighbors. But if a nice family like this one ends up on pikes, maybe they'll sit down to discuss things the next time around. That's a flimsy justification for murder. A show of force impresses like nothing else. You have a passable talent for it yourself, I hear. I'm gonna say these sadistic games are beneath your order. What would you know about it? You're not one of us. You ever been in any kind of siege? I know a thing or two about getting into castles. You notice the two paladins behind Sebastian's exchanging looks. He follows your gaze. For an instant, his posture seems tense. So I'm gonna say... yeah, any fool can inflict violence without purpose. Don't you start. What purpose was there in letting two families snap at each other for decades? I put an end to it. Do your friends agree? Silence follows. The paladin only looks at you disdainfully. He laughs and gives a mocking shrug. Focus on the intruder. We'll kill this son after all. Alright. Aloth, shoot some missiles at him. And then... let's shoot some fireballs.
That's not very helpful.
There we go. And I could be wrong, but it sounded like somebody leveled.
I'm here.
This thing isn't doing the job.
There we go. Eska stares at the fallen paladins. The dagger trembles in his hands. They told me not. They told me that they killed my parents. Is that true? I'm sorry, Eska. I never believed Kern could stoop to this. That rotten bastard. These Devodian foods are a real hassle. Actually, you know what? What will you do now? I better go home, bury my mother and father. Here. It's not much, but it's all I have got. Apart from my life. Thank you again. I wish, honestly, there was an option to give him the money back. Because I do not need it, but that's okay. And we'll pocket all that. Let's see, what does Palagina have again? I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's right, she wears medium, not heavy. That's okay.
Hmm? Indeed.
Alright, I must say, I'm actually, despite what I've been saying, I'm kind of tempted because I now have Palagina to go back and actually try out the fort. I don't know, I guess I'm still debating it on my, you know, over and over in my head. But, and like you said, Alan, I could just save it for the, you know, after beating the game or, you know, come back on, you know, through a second playthrough or something. I'm not, like, too worried about it, but I'm just wondering. I guess the main thing that's got me interested in that is, you know, finding out the head person of that army is a watcher like myself and has that same vision. And just kind of curious to see how that goes. And to see how much of that actually goes into the next game, if anything. So, actually, I'm going to call this video, I think, here. I'm not sure how long I've actually been going. But alas, I think I'm going to try to upload this pretty much immediately and see about releasing it pretty shortly, as long as it gets up to, you know, the HD quality of, or, you know, 1080p, that's fine. I know I think the max I could do when it gets fully uploaded is 1440, so alas. Everybody that's tuned in, thank you so much for watching another episode and taking the time out to do so. Wherever you guys are, have a good day, have a good night, and as always, take it easy.